Hello everyone, this is Dr. Rahul Kumar. Currently, I am working as Assistant Professor of Zoology at Shivdeni Sao College, Kalir, which is a constituent unit of Magadh University, Bodh Gaya, Bihar. Today, I am going to present one of my recent research works. The title of my presentation is The Great Imitation Game of Arthropods, Diversity of Terrestrial Arthropods Exhibiting Mimicry from Hazaribag Plateau region. As apparent from my title, I have studied the biodiversity of terrestrial arthropods. Those arthropods which are mostly terrestrial in nature, I have not studied the aquatic arthropods. And specifically, I have pooled two different aspects together, the behavioral part as well as the taxonomy part. I have sampled only those arthropods which exhibit one or another kind of imitation. Broadly, we call it mimicry. Not all kind of imitation is mimicry, but as an umbrella term, I have used mimicry here. And I have sampled across Hazaribag Plateau region, which is the northern part of Chotanagpur Plateau. In a recent paper published in PNAS, it has been shown that Chotanagpur Plateau is the oldest landmass in entire world, which emerged out of the sea, which makes the forests of this area to be the ancient most forest of the entire world. Still, very limited studies have been conducted, particularly with respect to the invertebrate biodiversity in this region. Therefore, present study deals with biodiversity of terrestrial arthropods of Hazaribagh Plateau region under the common umbrella of mimicry. Instead of selecting taxonomic similarities, a behavioral trait has been taken into account to study a large group of animals. It may sound artificial, but I was so fascinated with the um, phenomenon of mimicry that I wanted to see how many arthropods exhibit this unique phenomenon that we call mimicry. Most previous work related to biodiversity in our Hazaribagh Plateau region focuses on natural taxonomic groups and are very specific. Therefore, I have applied a generalist approach to study diverse groups. And as you can see on the right side of this particular poster, I have outlined the method. First, I have selected the area, the sampling site. Then I have acquired meteorological data. Why I have acquired meteorological data, I will be discussing in a while. I have done sampling using variety of methods. I have taken photographs. I have even created videos wherever possible to record the behavior of animals. I have collected a large number of samples. I preserved the sample mostly in 70% alcohol, which we consider standard for many arthropods. Then I have identified the specimens using different keys and available literature. And then I have characterized all the taxa which I have sampled under various types and subtypes of mimicry for the sake of simplicity for my study. Then I have done data analysis, and then I have also published this data set on GBIF, that is Global Biodiversity Information Facility. So as you can see on the left side, there is a map. This is the map of Hazaribagh Plateau region. I could not get this map on internet, so this map has been created by the help of coordinates available in some old literature, particularly the British Time Gadget. And the coordinates have been plotted precisely, and it has been collated with the boundaries of different districts of Jharkhand. And in this work, one of my friends has helped me. He works at United Nations in Libya. Then all the occurrence data I have segregated into different kinds of mimicry after studying their morphologies, the kind of mimicry they possess. So all the types of imitation where a particular animal mimics inanimate object, whether it mimics a particular body type, body part, or particular plant part, or even the background. So all these things I have put under other type of imitation, which we do not consider true mimicry. True mimicry is the one where an animal imitates another animal, which is mostly obnoxious, or the animal itself is obnoxious or harmful, and they create a mimicry ring. So it is Mullerian mimicry. The previous one is Batesian mimicry. I also categorize Batesian mimicry based on the type of model it mimics. Then I have also found a few aggressive mimics and some chemical mimics too. And I have categorized mimicry in these many subtypes based on the organisms I spotted at the Hazaribag Plateau region. I have selected 10 different sampling sites in this larger area, and I have sampled around 174 species of mimics which possess one or the other kind of imitation. So during data analysis, I have found that among all kinds of mimic, Batesian mimics form the largest proportion. And I have also categorized the different kind of mimics with into different orders um, from which different organisms possess different type of mimicry. So I found Lepidoptera to be the highest in number among all kinds of mimics. And in this Pareto chart, you can see that the order Lepidoptera, Hymenoptera, Arene, and Coleoptera, they uh, the initial few orders only, they are form up to more than 80% of all the mimics in this entire sample. So I have also calculated diversity indices and the value of Simpson index and Shannon index. It shows that yes, this region is significantly diverse. Uh, and on further resolution, I have found that among Batesian mimics, when I did abundance modeling, I have found that the ant mimics are in largest number, and I further resolved the ant mimics, and I have found that the spiders are the one which are proficient, which widely mimic ant with respect to other orders. I have also plotted precipitation and daily temperature data of about 20 years. I have acquired this data from the University of Guelph dataset. They provided me this data on my request. And after plotting the data, I could find that the daily temperature fluctuation and precipitation range is almost constant. It is within a fixed range across 2 decades. It shows why the diversity of this region is quite rich. After sampling and categorizing entire data into different kind of mimics, I further refined my data in Darwin Core format, which is the standard format in which data is published on the GBIF. After rendering it into the suitable format, the data set was published on GBIF last year, for which I also took training from GBIF itself. So based on this study, I conclude that mimics are widespread in nature because in many papers I have read that, uh, for example, ant mimics are rare and this is the rare mimic. So such statements are there. But I have found that in the Hazaribag Plateau region, many ant mimics are found. For example, there are ant mimicking spiders, there are ant mimicking bugs, rhedovid bugs, there are ant mimicking mantises. So there are many animals which mimic ants. So these are not uh, rare, these are actually widespread in nature. As already mentioned, stable weather conditions over years have favored high biodiversity of Hazaribagh Plateau region. And present approach allowed me to identify various arthropod models for studying mimicry in detail for the present as well as future work. I have identified even those mimics which have not been reported to be the mimic per se. Like I have identified cerambycid beetles which mimic blister beetles. Similarly, I have found many Mullerian mimicry ring in this area. So all these things may be of great use for the future researchers if they want to pursue mimicry further. as their area of interest, and such an approach unites morphotaxonomy and behavioral biology. Per se, I have not studied behavioral biology in detail of all the mimics, but I have studied the behavioral biology of selected anti-mimicking spiders from this data. But if anyone is interested, he can study the mimicry among other arthropods also. So in this way, I have uh, done this study under a common theme where I have united morphotaxonomy with behavioral traits like mimicry. Thank you.